to the live session with You Can Fly. So guys, everybody has been thinking like, who is the girl in the DP? Many people think that it is me, which I'm not. It is this pretty girl who is working with Indigo as a lead cabin crew. So welcome to the Insta live session with You Can Fly.
Thank you so much, Rahul. That's really nice to see you first of all, and good evening to all of who have joined. And mainly first, happy Teachers Day. You're doing an amazing job. You know, I'm in the
Thank you.
pandemic going around, classes are not happening and everything, but you're taking a lot of struggle to make sure that people who do not have an idea about this are getting idea through all this live session and everything. You're connecting people. I mean, this is just amazing. So hats off to you and happy Teachers Day.
Thank you, dear. One more
And
thing,
thank you
like,
so much for giving me this invitation. Sorry.
sure. It has been long due. We should have done this
I think there is some
lot
network issue.
before. Okay. We were supposed to do this way before, but it happened right now. I'm happy with that.
I'm
And
happy too.
really, hi, Apurva. Apurva is also there. She was, I think I did the last session with Apurva. It was really amazing. So I'm sure we'll have a lot of things to talk about, Sonali.
Yes,
And thank you so
definitely.
much for being in this aviation industry. And you're taking care of the passengers at this pandemic, taking all the risks, staying away from your family and all. So you and all the people who are in the medical field and all those people who are still working to provide us a lot of services and all the utilities. Thank you so much. Hats off to all of you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for inviting me and letting me share my experience. Of course, it's just the start, and I know the session is gonna go pretty well further. But yes, thank you is something I have to, because you have given me the platform where I can share all these things. So,
Yes,
big
yes,
thanks
of
to
course.
you.
We'll be speaking about that as well. Hi, happy Teachers' Day. Okay, so first question, like always, it has been like we all want to hear the stories of people who are joining us live, and especially your story. We definitely want to hear it. So it should start like, where did you start? It's not like when you go for the interview. No, we want it right from the start. Where do you belong to? Like your qualifications, like how you came to all these things we want to hear. So over to you. We want to hear your story first. Then we'll take up some questions.
Okay. Okay, fine. So again, thanks. And yeah, so as you have introduced me, my name is Sonali, and I belong to a city called Ratnagiri, which is in Maharashtra. Studied, raised, born, everything in Ratnagiri. And till 12th standard, I was in Ratnagiri, and post that, I shifted to Goa.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say that to get in aviation was my childhood dream, but yes, when
Mm-hmm.
I decided to get here.
All
So
right.
I moved to Goa to get the training, and then
Mm-hmm.
for some reason I could not done my training, and then I started working with hotels. 5 years I spent in Goa working with hotels. In between those 5 years, I gave a try once to go and attend the interview, but I had a medical history where I met with an accident. I'm not gonna get through all this, but then yeah, that affected me a lot, and I couldn't get through the interview during my medical round. So I
Okay.
had to come back, and of course,
I'll interrupt you in between for this. Like you
okay,
said,
okay,
okay. So first thing, you worked with hotel industry for 5 long years before getting to the aviation, right? Yeah,
right.
the same here was with Apurva also. Like she first went into hotel industry, then worked as a ground staff, then became a cabin crew. So similar background you're also having, right?
Almost,
Did
yes.
you complete your graduation at that time when you started working, or you were
Yes.
pursuing?
No, I
Okay,
completed. So when I was working with hotels, simultaneously I completed my graduation. So till 12th standard, I was studying science, but after 12th,
okay,
my major subject was biology, which do not
all
have the
right.
correspondence. So I could not apparently complete my graduation in biology. So I
Mm-hmm.
had to move to arts,
Okay,
and then I completed my graduation. Yes. So when
it
I
doesn't
joined
matter.
Indigo, that is actually, I got where I wanted actually.
Mhm. So first, I want to hear from you regarding the 5 years at the hotel industry. Can you speak something about that? Like how it was like, how was the life in hotels, how much you were getting paid, and how was all these things? Can you describe a little bit for that?
Okay, so very honestly, working in the hotels is really a fun, because when you know one person particularly or group of people, you know how
Mm-hmm.
to tackle with people. When you meet daily
Yes.
new people, you can really, act very spontaneously. You may not know how the person is gonna take it as. But in
Okay.
hotel, you know, because they all are your colleagues, you may see them every day, work with them every day, many other things.
Mm-hmm.
At times operation goes busy, at times it just go like with low occupancy, many things you have to do. Salary wise, yes, is pretty low. I mean, I would
Okay.
have switched my mind if the salary would have still good.
Okay.
But
So at
then
what was the starting salary?
okay, so very honestly, my initial salary was 4K. I
Okay.
had to start there with, uh, but I was happy because I was earning by my own, and that was,
Okay.
I think, big thing for me that time. I was uh, almost 17 and a half, and so I was really happy that I'm earning. I can start taking care of my things slowly. Slowly, of
Oh,
course, things cannot happen very at the frequent. Slowly, slowly.
okay.
So I was very happy with that. So I worked with 3 hotels. Now, since you're
Mm-hmm.
getting very deep, so I started with Ramada, then I moved to Taj Exotica, and then I moved
Okay.
to Grand Hyatt Goa, all the properties in Goa.
Okay.
And yes, after my first interview, I was completely like, I gave up. I was like, I don't think so, I'll get through, because the medical reason which I had with me, I knew how it's gonna go further. But I was like, okay, fine, let me not give up on this. Again, thanks to my mom, dad, who made sure that I don't give up on it. And they
Okay.
gave me all the, uh, like, they always encouraged me for things, that don't give up easily and all those things. So, great thanks to them that they made sure that I don't give up. And then I
Okay.
gave a gap almost for an year or something. I worked on whatever the reason I had with me.
Mm-hmm.
And the main point now is, I met a person on Facebook whose name is Rahul, who is running You Can Fly Academy, who
Okay. No, at that time,
apparently,
no academies were not there. At that time, I
that's
was,
what I'm saying,
yeah,
who is running academy right now, but that time the academy wasn't there, and it
yeah,
was kind of a consultancy that you had it. And I
yes.
met, you, and you arranged the further interview, and
Mm-hmm.
now I'm here in the industry almost 5.5 years,
Yes, hats off to that.
and thanks to you.
Welcome, most welcome.
So yes, I wouldn't say that things would have easily done. There was many things which I knew I could have not got through also. The main reason I
Mm-hmm.
had was my medical reason. But
Okay.
people around me, the blessings around me, and the major importantly, that I never give up, and I made sure that whatever my weakness is, I convert them into my strength. That is the
Okay.
main important thing. There are people out who believe in luck, there are people out who believe in hard work. I had
Mm-hmm.
somewhere belief in luck, but luck is something,
Okay.
you cannot believe all the time, but hard work
Yes.
will always pay you. So
Yes.
yes, I had that thing. And you, my mom, dad, and people who literally believe me, this is the best platform. Probably I can say a big thanks to them, because if I say on a face, guys are gonna like, come on, Sonali, now stop it. But then, I really mean to say thanks to them, because without all this support and everything, I probably would have give up my thought like long back.
Exactly. See, parent support is very much needed in such an industry where you have
Yes,
to live away from them and independently. So, of course, it
absolutely
is very much needed.
right.
Do you
So
remember how your interviews were at that time?
yes,
Like,
so when
you got
I'm
selected, right? So, for that interview process, which you got through to me, but do you
yes.
remember anything regarding that interview process? Could you elaborate a little bit?
So, as far as I remember my interview after contacting you, you had arranged telephonic round. That was the first round,
Telephone. Yes.
which is I think no longer existing.
It's not
And
there right now.
yeah, so I should say there my luck worked.
Yes, of course.
So that was my first round. After getting, I was shortlisted, and then I was
Mm-hmm.
called in Delhi. The
Yeah.
tickets and the stay and everything was arranged by the company. And
Yes.
I reached to Delhi. There I had few rounds where first round was taken again by the HR round. Then I had to
Mm-hmm.
go through my medical. So that's some basic medical what you have, not all major medical things, where they check
Mm-hmm.
your height, weight, and the eyesight and all.
Yeah.
And after clearing that round, again you have a group discussion round. I don't know about the
Mm-hmm.
current procedures how they are doing it, but as far as I know, they are still having a group discussion.
Yes,
And then
yes.
I had my final round. So almost four rounds I had in one day in Delhi. That was
Okay.
like a very I don't know, I was very nervous that day because they were like getting so many CVs. They are like, these people need to go in the other room, the other people will remain stay here. We hardly had idea what was happening, who is getting selected, who. It was all like a nervous.
If, okay.
And we were like, okay, fine, hope. The cross finger was always there. Whole time
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, fine. Until I get to know things, I'm not gonna move from this seat. Only if they ask me to move, I'll move from this seat. So I was stick at one place.
Okay.
And then after medical, I was sent for the group discussion round. And I remember the group discussion round topic also. That was the best memorable day in my life.
All
So
right.
it was surprising to even say things because I had few memories also, but saying all those in interview was something like I would like, no, I wouldn't actually say that. But I said it and I got through that also. And
Okay.
we were kept on hold, like all the people, almost for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
After 1 hour, one lady walks into the hall and she's like, the name I'm gonna call, please come outside. She called few names. My name was not there. And I thought like, okay,
Okay.
fine. This time also I'm not getting through. And I was actually
Ah,
nervous. Almost those tears was
okay.
in my eyes because I actually wanted to get through and these many rounds has already done. So, but
Okay.
then the lady is like, okay, fine. Then again she comes, she's like, okay, fine. So, congratulations to everyone. You all have got through the remaining rounds and you will be called for your final rounds, which was with Suman Chopra. And then,
Okay.
like, okay, somewhere again I was happy. And after
Uh-huh.
the final round, again they made us wait like for 40-45 minutes. So, and when I got through, I mean, I did not know what to do. The lady walks in again with number of CVs. She's like, I'm gonna call up the names. Please, people, the name I'm gonna call out, remain seated. Remaining people do come out. Again, no idea what's happening, who is got selected because probably they have got selected and taken to another room for some formalities
Mhm.
or something.
Okay.
You know, you easily don't get what exactly they are up to. So,
Yes.
and then the lady again come with few other papers. She distribute to everyone, and she's like, "So everyone, very big congratulations, and you all have got through. And now we are gonna do few formalities and all those things." So, of course, that time also I had tears in my eyes, but that was a happiness rather, I would say, because I literally thought I would never do this time also. But yeah,
Okay.
somewhere my whatever the hard work or somewhere the blessings and luck, whatever you say, but everything worked that day. And that was a happy
Exactly.
moment. And
Yes, I
I
still
really
remember.
want to make this interesting thing here. I'm not sure how people are gonna take it out who are listening to me. But
Okay.
this one thing, my mom dad was not aware that I'm going for an interview to Delhi.
Interview. Okay. Uh-huh.
So that was my day off, and before I leave, I had called my mom dad like, okay. I was giving the regular timing calls to my mom dad, saying, okay, fine, I had my food or I got up or whatever the normal calls are. But I did not
Mm-hmm.
tell them that I'm in Delhi.
Okay.
Every round is done. Whichever round was happening, I was getting through. I was like, no, Sonali, hold on, because I keep telling my mom that whatever happens, And I so
Mm.
wanted to tell them, I got through this round, I got through that round,
Got
and
through.
everything.
Yes.
And my mom dad was actually upset because of my accident. So somewhere they
Mm.
were also feeling little low key whether this will happen or no, ever. But just to
Mm-hmm.
support me, they used to always encourage me, which they never showed. So when I
Okay.
got through everything, all the process and everything done, I got my offer letter. They dropped me
Mm.
off to Delhi airport, and that it was 8 o'clock in the night. I had flight at 10 o'clock from Delhi to Goa, and I called my mom
Mm.
there, and I was like, okay, fine. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Please, you got to forgive me for hiding the things from you. And
Ah.
I'm in Delhi, and my mom dad was like, what? What are you doing there?
Mhm.
So I was there, and I was like, okay, fine. I came for interview. I got through, and I have my offer letter right in my hand.
Great.
So it was. I don't think so that moment can be explained by words at all. It's like
Yeah.
all the happiness around.
Yes, just by looking at your expression right now, even after maybe 5 years, still you are feeling that happiness in your face. I can feel it. So, of course, it was a special moment for you.
Yes,
I'm sure.
I really knew how I got through all these things, and where I self had given up on that, I'm finally
Mm.
here.
Yes.
So yes, that was a big day for me. And now it's been 5.5 years almost
Mhm.
with Indigo.
Great. So, 5.5 years of flying. We'll be coming back to that as well. So, what about induction training? How was it? Like, how did it went?
So induction training, yes, almost a 3 month of training.
Hmm.
So people do actually think cabin crew is all about the glamour industry. And
Haha.
no doubt I had the same thought, no doubt about it. Like doing
Yes.
makeup, going and serving just a glass of water, people are getting paid. And I'm sure if this would have been a fact of any industry, people would run there for a salary.
Yes.
So I also had the same thought, of course. I had no idea, but when I, of course, decided to get an idea about this, I got through many things. So, induction training, 3 months of almost the training where you have like every day is almost a study. You have fun, of course, you have fun, but at the same time, you
Hmm.
need to make sure that whatever is getting taught in the class, you have to memorize it because in school, college, we have passing mark 35%. Here, if you have to get pass, you have to have 90. So,
Yeah. Don't scare people.
I mean, no, I'm not scaring the people. I would rather say people who want to be there can
Hmm.
really think that, if we put our efforts, we can also reach to that point. And if we reach there, it's our own happiness. Forget about making other happy. But it's our
Hmm.
own happiness that, we have done this, we have got through this. And when
Hmm.
we could not do these things in school or college, but then
Yeah.
we have done this here. And there is nothing also to get scared because it's like you have daily something getting taught in the class. Exams
Hmm.
are there, like week
Yes.
or alternate week and all those things. So it's just like time flies. There is no gap in between weekdays off, sorry, weekends off, and that's all. Or maybe
Hmm.
any government holiday, that's all. But probably the
Yes.
government holiday will be there, and then you will have a schedule for another exam. So that holiday you will be like, okay, fine, I have to study. So you study.
Study.
And the important thing is, school and college still we think like it's common where we have to go study maths, physics, these that all subject. But when you come to the aviation, you get to learn complete different thing.
Yes.
And when
Exactly.
you learn,
Definitely. Lot
yeah,
of
so
things
when
you
you
have.
learn the things like differently,
Hmm.
really, you take an interest to learn about it. Like, okay, fine, this is how the things are working, this is how the things are working. And believe me, that is like just amazing. And
Hmm.
people actually don't get scared with the interest, they study and they get through it.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
yeah, I'm
Sure.
not making people scared over here.
One
So
thing I'll tell
yeah, it
you,
was.
what you said is absolutely correct. It is not just about serving water or food or greeting people saying namaste, having a plastic smile. No, it's not like that. It is much, much more than that. And of course, during the training, many people think they have a wrong belief that you don't have to study at all if you become a crew. 40,000 ki naukri lag jati hai, salary, you just do certain things and you get salary, but of course you have to study. So some people are coming there with a hope that who are not good into study, so they don't want to study. And when they are put up in induction training, they are like, "Oh my God, for 3 months you have to study
Yes.
literally, really." But at the same time, even when you said like people may be scared that 90%, oh my God, mere 10th maybe 90% nahi aayi thi, but how am I going to score 90%? Nothing like that. See, it is not like it is very difficult, but if you put hard work, definitely you can get through. Most of the people get through. Only certain people are left behind, and that's due to certain other reasons. We will discuss about
But
that later.
I will still say
Yeah,
people who are out here, if they are still scared about it, believe hard work will always pay. And it's just a
exactly.
3 months of time that you have to do the hard work. After that,
Yes.
life is all yours.
After that, life is jingle Allah. That's what we would say.
Right? But that's
See, for,
amazing experience, believe me. When you learn something different now, I'm sure
hmm,
majority of the people they learn with the interest. When
yes,
you go to school, college, 8th also maths, 9th also maths, 10th also maths, we have the same thing to do. Nothing different.
yes,
But here it's completely different. There is no maths as such. They will take. So yeah,
great.
that things are there.
Yes, that's regarding the training. But one thing I'll tell you, like most, the major part of the journey, like the most toughest part, is to reach that level when you crack the interview. Once you crack the interview regarding this job thing, once you start flying, it is an entirely different story. Before that, the toughest part is to crack the interview.
Right.
Because if you do take so much effort, do hard work, and you reach that sport where you're in the training, of course you will come out with flying colors if you have that passion inside you, that motivation and confidence. And of course you have to put in efforts, but it is fun actually. I have been
It
in
is.
touch with a lot of crews who are in between the training, and I have met them personally in between the training. I have spoken to them, so I know. So it is fun, and you have to
It
put
is.
in 3 months of dedicated effort, because yeah, 40,000 per month starting salary just after plus two will not come very easy. If it was that
Exactly.
easy, everybody will do it. So you have to put in your own efforts, and of course you can make it. So
Absolutely.
here is one live example right in front of us who has made it, and there are so many others who have made it. We call them one by one for this session. So, huh. After that, one special moment, if you recall, after your training, there is something really special that's called the what ceremony. Once
Graduation?
you get to graduation ceremony, do you remember about it?
Yes, we do remember
Recall it.
it.
One thing I can recall, you told me that I should be there, but I was not able to come. I was not there. You had told me possible you should be there, but I was not there. It's okay. But whatever you remember about it, could you just speak something? Because these are a few things. These are really touching things. Because when I explain these things to, like whenever the students come for our academy, I do one thing which is called visualization. And in this process, I take them through all these stages. So it is something which touch right here in your heart. So I just want to hear it from you if you could recall it.
I recall few moments, of course, and
No,
here
no
I
problem.
have to remember all these things. So,
Ha ha ha.
like when we say graduation, it's all like the people remember is taking off the hat and throwing it up.
Throwing it up.
Here it is not like that. This is the
Hmm.
day when we get our wings.
Yes.
So,
Were your parents
it's
present at that time?
no, my mom she was not well actually during that time, so from my family
Mm-hmm.
could not come. So my dad
Oh,
and sister was taking care.
taking care.
So the
Fine,
reason
fine,
I
fine.
asked you to
See,
come.
I was thinking like your parents were present there. That's why I asked you to explain this. Otherwise, it's not. It's okay. Fine.
Okay, I'll talk to you later about it.
Sure, no problem.
So yes, it's like whatever the happiness, whatever you have, everything, it is on the face. It's just that you cannot jump and express because there are many people out there. Parents are
Mm-hmm.
always invited over there for the graduation.
Yes.
Management people are there in front of whom you have been given the certificate and your wings, which is like a big
Okay.
achievement for the entire 3 months of training. So when
Mm.
you get about to get released, you get all like uniform, shoes, bag, whatever the requirement things are for flying. But the wing is the thing that in Indigo we get on the graduation day, and that's a big achievement.
Okay. Great.
So you get that certificate very professionally. You have to present yourself in front of the people who are handing over these things to you. Of course, the practice have we do practice beforehand, so
Hmm.
that day we can present ourselves like best ever.
Sure.
And
There
we
are few.
have like sorry,
Sorry. Continue.
go ahead.
Continue.
So there was the last thing that we had is the dance performance where we can use the music but the lyrics should
Uh-huh.
be ours, which is related to the
Okay.
equation. And I don't really remember the song, but then
Mhm.
yeah, we literally made that. And it's like we think like few can maybe participate, few cannot. No, the entire batch is participated in that.
Okay.
Whatever the strength
Uh-huh.
of batches will be there in that performance after all the
Okay.
ceremony and everything, after getting the certificates and everything. Then we have a cake cutting. There will be a bit distribution of the best performers for the during the
Oh,
training and all. These all
okay.
things are, you are getting recognized for what you do, what efforts do you put, the way you present yourself. You are getting recognized.
All
And
right.
yes, after the cake cutting with the management person, you have entire batch picture which is displayed
Mm-hmm.
in the training
Yes.
institute.
Okay. Yeah, I think at the Indigo office there are a lot of such pictures, like batch number with
Exactly.
that. Yeah, I know that.
So there will be a picture, and below the picture there will be a batch number.
Okay, that's nice. So did you dance during that day? Were you?
I
Of course,
did.
you had.
I mean, this is the thing which you know it very well that I'm a
Yeah,
passionate
yeah.
dancer, and
I
it's like love of my life.
great. Still, it is there, right?
Still, it is there. Yes,
Don't ever get that thing off your mind. It should always be there. Fine.
it will be. It will
Let's move
be.
on to three
It's
things.
like
Like first
my
thing.
childhood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that. You had told me you will be teaching me dancing, but it never happened. So I'm just reminding you, never forget it. One class is pending from your side to me.
Most certainly.
See, one thing, sure. See, one thing, I think two people asked us some questions. One was like, is it mandatory to join an institution to get through cabin crew? That was the first question. And one more question was there like, without any course, can I directly go for the interviews? See, all these things are connected. I always speak about all these topics. Since two people have asked, uh, well, which company are you working right now? She's working with Indigo. Fine. So I'll just make it short and answer. First of all, there is no actual need for a course if you want to become a cabin crew. The only thing, if you crack the interview, you can get through the job. For that interview, you need to be perfect in five things: your communication, your interview rounds performance, your grooming, your confidence level, that means in front of the HR, and also if you're asked to speak in a group like public speaking, that that's where your confidence will be checked. And basic Hindi you need to know. And before all these things, you should be eligible. That's the first step. So if you are perfect in all the five things, you don't have to go for any course. You can directly go and crack the interview, because if you're good enough in all these five things and if you're eligible, if you keep on give interviews, automatically you will be shortlisted. But if you are not perfect in all these five, you need to take up a training. There, the twist comes, like most of the academies do not train you for these five things. They train you. They don't train you. They teach you. They teach you a lot of subjects for exams, and they teach you like a lot of 5 to 6 subjects like aviation, hospitality, travel and tourism, ticketing, foreign language. These are totally waste because you are not studying for an examination. For aviation, you're only enrolled according to the performance in your interview. So in that, only these 5 things matters. So even if you're joining for an academy, like in our case, what You Can Fly does, we don't teach you any subjects at all. We're only focusing on the 5 things which I mentioned right away. So once you are perfect in that, automatically you'll be getting shortlisted. That is how we were able to get almost 90% selection as cabin crew at our Delhi center. My personal center where I'm working, I started up. It is at Kochi in Kerala, and here we are also following the same module. So of course we are waiting for the selections, and we are waiting for the interviews to happen once again. So for that, definitely this is the perfect answer for that. So I have already put up videos on our YouTube channel. So in our status also regarding some videos are there. Definitely you can check it up and follow our Insta page for more updates and all. And during these live sessions also, like Sonali is just like one among the many crews who have been through You Can Fly. We have helped, and I think your photo is the first photo which I have put up in the wall of our Cochin center. We have that framed and put up. You have seen it, right? We have to see it in live. Whenever the next session, like our, we have in Kerala, it is the fourth batch which is going on right now. First 2 batch it is done. Third and fourth batch sessions are going on, but due to COVID, we have not been able to start perfectly. So whenever we are starting again, I want you to visit that place because your photos will be at 2 places. One is at Indigo head office, and one is at our academy. So I want you to see that in person and to train our candidates, or sorry, our students, and also impart your knowledge and experience to them as well in person.
Certainly.
Sure.
The flight ticket booking is right on the way.
Yeah, of course. I'm also waiting for the batches to restart. Whenever it starts, of course, you are
I'm
my
sure this would have happened
primary.
very early if this pandemic wouldn't have come.
Yeah, I know that. It's okay.
Right.